In days gone by, there existed many orders of knighthood which recognized the skill and honor of their members in the service of their king and in defense of the noble ideals of chivalry embodied in their queen. Did these orders achieve their exalted rank? The society created the Order of Chivalry, which consists equally of the knights and masters at arms, to recognize outstanding martial achievement and the attainment of those qualities and abilities which are the mark of a peer. Members of the Order of Chivalry are mighty warriors, but they are also skilled in the arts and have been given their time to the benefit of the common weal. As such, they have been recognized as peers of the realm. Their Majesties now call knights and masters of arms of the outland to come before them into their court. The crowd now calls for Royal Highness, the Great Lady of all Argonia, to come now before her throne.
Your Royal Majesty, I, Beatrice de Grey, come before you to answer the question you posed to me at your crown tournament. Today I come before you not only as your heir, but as a vigilant. I come before you as a squire of Duke Arton, a descendant of House Golbjorn, an advocate of the Alliance. I come to you as a friend to bunnies and tigers and bears. I'm fortunate enough to stand next to some of the best and those that wobble. I come to you as one who has fought along spear gods, alongside stout and sinister shieldmen, alongside mighty wielders of axe and blade. I come to you as one who has found joy and inspiration on the battlefield. Today, I come to you, perhaps most importantly, as a servant and a champion of our dream. Then you will hear my answer.
I would ask everyone to please be comfortable again. Sir Arcot, Her Royal Highness still serves you as your squire. We would ask you now to release her, that she may give her answer freely, owing no one.
Buckle up, folks. This is going to take a bit. Nasty, stinky. Your Royal Highness. Apparently, 14 years ago today at Midwinter, you became my squire. On the advice of myself, she said, this young girl, you will be able to get her compatible, and you will be able to teach her things. And I thought, I spoke to my wife, and other than marrying her, it was the greatest decision I ever made to have you become my squire. I feel that I taught you this much, and you taught me this much. You're brave, you're loyal, you're compassionate, you're empathy. You work harder than anyone I've ever met in my life. But everyone I know, Raymond Wyatt, and Cragon, and Rothgar, you're the best of us all. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so sad to take this belt back, but you will be the best one I've ever seen. So at this time, I release you from guilty, and I ask for my belt back.
Thank you for taking me into the school and making me a part of your family.
sat vigil and undertaken and discussed your elevation to knighthood that was asked of you at Crown Tournament?
Sire, I have stood vigil, and I have consulted with your knights and your masters at arms, and I feel prepared to give you my answer.
Then what say you?
If you still find me worthy, I would be honored, and it would be my pleasure to accept knighthood from your hands.
Bring forth the chain.
That's Sir Germanicus, sir.
Of course it is. Let this chain pass from night to night. From the first days of the Outlands, it has passed from night to night. King Goonball first gave this chain to Sir Hagen Silverskull, the first knight of the Outlands. It has been worn and added to by every knight since then. Let it now pass from night to night.
Sir Madigan, on behalf of the chivalry, Your Royal Majesty Zipster, on behalf of the Laurel, Mistress Bennett, on behalf of the Pelican, and Master Adam, on behalf of the defense, will you now affirm that Her Royal Majesty has drawn gentle virtue and chivalrous grace of Mr. Palmer of the
Your Majesty, thank you for a moment in your court. Miss, Her Royal Highness asked me to speak for her as a member of the chivalry, and I was more than touched to do so. In fact, as an advisor to Her Highness, I was trying to be cool and not say, please take me, please. And the reason was not just so that I could go first and no one else could say the things I wanted to say, but because when I started to consider the path to knighthood, there are a few key people who inspired me. Sir Slane, with her incessant, come on, man, you gotta do it. And Beatrice's companionship towards it, fighting and fighting and fighting, and driving and fighting, and sleeping in the car, and not showering, and fighting, and getting up and coming home and still not showering, and fighting again, sometimes 3 times a week. The conversations in the car rivaled the fights on the field. I wrote a lot of things down, and I don't think that I'm going to share with this crowd anything that they don't already know of Beatrice's qualities. In terms of knighthood, we should all be so lucky to be defended by you. You are a wicked badass. To have you as our shield companion on the field is always fun. But if you haven't had the pleasure, the best part about fighting with Beatrice is that afterwards, and she comes up and she's grinning from her ear, and she's like, you know what we need to do next? And outlines a good plan. She is an effective leader. People want to follow her. She has good ideas, when so many do not. You are a knight. I strive to hold the qualities that you represent to our order as a level for myself to attain, and I think it would be wise if anybody used your example before that. Thank you for asking me to speak for you. I am very pleased to recommend you on behalf of all of us.
I'm lucky enough to speak on Beatrice on behalf of Laurel. She's a relatively new leader for me. I have very good benefits over my duty to defend the dream that we all kind of encompass in. Part of that dream is the arts and everything that goes with it. The things that they would ask the Lord is the representation, the appreciation of participation. You've always been very generous with the things that you make and slightly exuberance. You've always strived to appear period appropriate both on and off the field. You're very gracious when people offer you gifts in return. So something that I was told growing up is that you should be able to take a knife and drop them in the middle of nowhere, and you should be able to vitalize and grow the SEO. And that is something I wholeheartedly believe that not only could be interesting, absolutely anything that she ever puts her on to, but I think the SEA would be a better place for it. From my perspective, you've always been a defender and a policeman of the arts. And as a Laurel, I can say that I think you would do your kingdom a great honor.
Your Highness, this is her love, and for a moment she can't be here, but she did send words for you, and I will do them. Your Majesty, I have been admiring to speak today on behalf of the Order of the Falcon. I met Beatrice well over a decade ago, and I have seen her fight, at home and abroad, at Battlemore, Australia, and across the known world. But I know others have spoken tonight of her prowess as a warrior, so today I will speak to her service. An age ago, Madigan and I asked her to be Battlemore Land Coordinator. It was a complicated and messy task, but she made it look easy and fun. She even evicted some cows from an uprising to get the face. And that's how that road became known as Pete's Knees. I tell that story to summarize what her service embodies: responsibility and effectiveness. And that is the hallmark of service, effortless joy. And more than service, she never fails to recognize it in others. I recall her coming into my camp to tell me she appreciated my work and my art. And I'm not sure she ever realized how big a deal that was and how much it meant to me. But she would do that. I have watched her treat countless others with the same care. Therefore it is, Your Majesties, that I and my order hope and support with our most earnest blessings and glad hearts Beatrice as she joins the Order of Chivalry.
Your Majesty, you've already heard the candidate's skill. Her love of the arts, her steadfast service to the dream. I will speak of the chivalric virtue of the franchise. Your Majesties, among this order are my heroes. Sir Artan taught me my cardinal grace when I was due to the dream. Sir Boleslav taught me what it meant to love a queen. Sir Rothbard, you've taught me to only speak in utility, because when you do speak, everyone will listen. Sir Robert Magnus, you taught me what it means to inspire new fighters to the future. Sir Jack Articus taught me what it means to inspire an army to war! I didn't do that all week. Sir Roland begs the question, what is it to fight for king and country without a song in your heart? Sir Loki taught me to never play three men with Loki. Every knight here who took their oath adds their strength to that chain and to this order. But there are some who do more. They will make the strength of this order greater than the sum of its parts.
They will inspire others to of this order and of every station to be better, to never say to themselves or to others that this is enough, that we can do no more to prolong or strengthen the dream. Your Majesties, it is my belief that I am not alone in seeing this in the heart of the vigilant. And I respectfully submit that she is my peer.
Duke full stop. As a royal peer, will you please tell us of Her Royal Highness's devotion and service to the crown and the Kingdom of the Isles?
Thank you, Your Majesties, for allowing me to speak on behalf of the Aces. By your leave, Your Majesties, it has been many moons since I have last traveled, and my memory and vision are not as young. I shall read my words from my own hand. Having had the privilege and honor to sit upon the stag throne, I have bore witness firsthand of the countless contributions Beatrice has made to crown and to kingdom. Regardless of task at hand, I have never known Beatrice to turn away from an opportunity to assist crown or kingdom. Personal sacrifice never mentioned, and a smile always on display. From the feast hall to battlefields in distant lands, you can always find Beatrice contributing in any way she could for crown and for kingdom. My favorite memories are from the fields of war. As my guard, Beatrice never seemed more than a step away. A beacon on the field, red sash hanging and spear in hand, a familiar place to muster. As my personal guard, I could have not asked for anyone more valiant and honorable to defend crown and kingdom. On the field, never a moment of hesitation, even when perhaps charging wasn't the best choice. Holding a line against unfathomable odds, no sign of fear, a true outlands warrior through and through. Those times that victory remained elusive, Beatrice remained. After many warriors had left the field, Beatrice remained. Defending the crown, while always trying to improve her prowess for crown and for kingdom. Always a steadfast servant in these ways. These very values she holds for crown and kingdom are the very core fundamentals of a knight of the realm. As I have affectionately called you little sister for many moons past, I shall be honored to call you brother for all those moons that remain. For crown and kingdom!
Good peers, we thank you for your wise counsel. Bring forth light. Your Royal Highness, you have been deemed fit for this high estate by your peers, and have indicated your willingness to accept this accolade from our hands. Will you now swear by all that you hold sacred, true, and holy to honor and defend the crown and kingdom of the Outlands?
I shall.
That you will honor, defend, and protect all those weaker than yourself in both mind, body, and spirit.
I shall.
That you will be courteous and honor always your peers of the chivalry, of the laurel, of the pelican, and of the order of defense.
I shall.
That you will conduct yourself in all matters that you may secure, drawing your sword only for just cause. That you will enshrine in your heart the noble ideals of chivalry, to the benefit of your own good name and to the greater glory of the Outlands.
I shall, so long as the stag of the Outlands leaps, or until my spear falls from my fingertips with my last dying breath.
And having sworn these solemn oaths, know now that we, Bela, seventh of that name, and Nerissa, by right of arms and grace and favor, king and queen, dub you once for honor, twice for duty, thrice for chivalry.
Bring forth the belt. Accept this white belt, symbolizing the purity of your honor. Sign your high rank and station.
Accept from our hands this chain, passed from night to night. For each night is a link in the honor of this chain. This chain symbolizes your fealty to the crown. Never forget the burden of this chain. Sir Thurston Strelling, bring forth her Royal Highness's sword.
Sword is a weapon of the knight. It has two edges. One edge cuts to the truth of the matter, because the knight must always seek truth. The second edge distributes the crown of justice only after the truth has been ascertained, because you cannot have justice without truth. The scabbard counts as mercy, and thus mercy will always protect truth and justice. Remain worthy of it.
Sir Zachariah the King, Sir Balrog Goodwilton, bring forth the spurs.
In ancient times, knights rode out to meet the crown justice. This is our highest piece of regard as a knight. These acceptance and worship with honor.
Always wear them proudly, honorably, with great perspicacity.
Sir Beatrice, we would hear your oath of fealty at this time.
This day do I render homage and fealty to my sovereign lord and lady, Bail of the Seventh and Nerissa, by right of arms and grace and favor, king and queen of the outlet. From this day forward, you will be my liege lord and lady. I will remain true in all ways, serving faithfully. This do I swear on my belt and my chain, and by the high ideals that I have as a knight. So swear I, Sir Beatrice de Grey.
You pledge to you that from this day forward until the end of our reign, you are our liege woman. We will defend your rights as a peer and your order and protect the trust that you have placed in us, mighty with justice, tempered with mercy. Please stand. Yeah. Sir Beatrice, stand firm and let this be the last blow you ever receive unanswered.
all the sons and daughters of the stag, present and to come, that Bela, mighty king, and Nerissa, queen by grace and favor, send goodwill and greetings this outlandish winter. In all the armies of history there have been warriors who have fought and led from within the ranks, rising to positions of great honor. Such a warrior has many virtues, skill in arms, leadership on the field, and the teaching of the arts martial. Know we that we are right mindful of the dramatic deeds and skills that Beatrice de Cray displays upon the field of battle. Hundreds of the outland foes know her might. Hundreds of the outland people delight in her courteous grace. All know of her worth and honor. At the request of the chivalry, our beloved populace, and of our own sweet will, do we gift the valiant and true Beatrice with one of the greatest gifts in our care, and elevate her as a knight of this society. We do hereby confer and confirm those arms previously registered by the College of Arms by these letters taken, to be borne and displayed by Sir Beatrice, and none other in all the lands of the known world. In witness whereof, and for the memory of future times, we have given these present letters confirmed with all the force and authority of our royal hand and name, on this 18th day of December, and of the Cyclops 56, being 2021 in the common reckoning of years. Bela, king, Nerissa, queen. The scroll is the work of Mr. Simania.
Sir Beatrice, go now and greet your peers.
To those that